down, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big frowns, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get truth, put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose love, but truly you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions? Am I not the picture of resilience? Why they test my patience? Hyping all this lame. No one got a brain, they just be liking all the same. This is what the I'm in on industry games. I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a good ass, so listen close when I say this. After every field.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll get a look here at Derrick Henry. He had a nice effort a week ago with a pair of touchdowns. It's the Vikings and the Panthers, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL. Two teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 14 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got the lead guy running it pretty well, too.
The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw into the hands of Andrews. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. 23 yards the pickup there. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Pickett to throw on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Pickett. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jahan Dotson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Henry again on second down. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Now it's Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Herbert now. He's got the hook up to Lazard. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. The Vikings at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener, got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
12 yards there, first down Vikings.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
First down carry for Henry. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. On 1st and 10, Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Drake. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Now a run up the middle with Drake. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to go down. sacked back at the 13-yard line. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and touchdown, Vikings? Gerald Everett from 13 yards out. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Pickett's throw complete to Dotson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Off play action. Pickett. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Second catch for him today, and they'll wind up the first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. From the 41, here's second down and 5. Pickett right back to the air again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Pickett will look to throw it here. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To the air on first down with Pickett. Touchdown, Panthers! Mark Andrews from 13 yards out. And the Panthers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 50, here's Herbert.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and second down.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Herbert throwing again. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Herbert. That's complete once again to Hopkins.
And he's going to have a first down here. They're also at a field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Great play to move the chains by Hopkins, who showed that he remains a great playmaker despite missing chunks of the last 2 seasons. Averaged almost 80 yards per game in 9 games last year.
This is caught. A good pickup there, 26 yards. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Herbert going to keep it on the sneak.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Now Herbert got to get into the line in a hurry.
They'll go with the keeper.
Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. And frustration going to set in as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On first down, Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Herbert. That's complete to Lazard. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Now he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Herbert.
is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw pulled in by Hopkins. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Again, Herbert. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They were losers last week to Carolina, but they've got the lead here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get him next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. A short throw caught by Andrews. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the 47-yard line.
Singletary again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Pickett. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
yards on third down as the drive rolls on. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now the third-year man. Here's Kenneth Gainwell. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Pickett back to throw. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They run here with Singletary. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. We've got an injured player, and that's running back Devin Singletary, who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Pickett. Jahan Dotson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Panthers have taken a 4th quarter lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, Herbert. This goes out wide for Drake. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Herbert on 1st down now. They'll set up the screen to Drake. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass, escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. 3rd and 2, Herbert. Able to find Lazard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2.
Herbert on 3rd down now. He finds Hopkins complete. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Herbert. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's 1st and goal. Throwing, Herbert.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Drake.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Herbert to throw.
Flush to his right. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. So now the Panthers down by a field goal, a little under 50 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Looking to throw here, Pickett. And that's complete to Davis. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now Pickett. Connecting with Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Pickett to throw. Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Pickett. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. And that is caught. It's Davis. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So a big one coming now for Aldrick Rosas. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And this will not be a good return. He's out of bounds at the 12. And they will take a knee here as time will likely run out on regulation, and we'll go to overtime. Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and the overtime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Conditions only going to get worse as we get back to football here to start this overtime. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They go right back to Singletary. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Pickett with the first throw of overtime. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So 3rd down coming up. And, Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
Here's the Panthers punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play.
Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Backed up deep in their own territory. They were in search of a cushion, and the cushion was found. And you have to think total game, even in overtime. As a head coach, field position still counts in this spot. So they had to get out from the shadow of their own goal line, get themselves some breathing room. Obviously, that helps them on offense, but it may help their defense, too. Might be necessary here in OT.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 8. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. 2nd and 8. Here's Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Drake.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's Drake one more time on second down. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 23. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And we're going to get whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the extra session. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Minnesota, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.